Hello! Welcome back to Harry Has a Cocktail, episode 15. Last week I talked about lemon twists. I said, maybe one of these days I'll go ahead and watch a YouTube video on how to make some good lemon twists. And I did. I went and looked at a nifty little video about how to make some really cool lemon twists, like those twirly things that you see in bars. So I'm gonna go ahead and try it. And you're going to watch me do it here for the first time ever. I'm going to do that first, and then I'm going to make a drink called a gin fizz. Actually, I'm going to make a silver gin fizz, and I'll talk a little bit later about what goes into that drink. A silver gin fizz. Okay, so you need a couple of different tools to make these fancy little twists. Sorry, I got distracted by my sink. Anyway, you need a couple different tools, and here they are. So obviously, a lemon, an ice pick. I don't have an ice pick, but I do have a corkscrew here, and the end of this is very similar to what an ice pick is, a really pointed edge. So I'm going to try to use this, and then we're going to use a bar spoon, which seems odd, and I've also got some knives handy here as well. Oh, by the way, I keep forgetting to mention, if you're interested in these videos, please tell your friends about them, and please subscribe. Down, I think when you're watching the video, maybe it's down there. Is it down there? I think down there, there's a subscribe button. If you're watching this on YouTube, just click on it, and then you'll get notifications of when I post a new video. I could use some more fans. Right now I've got, I think, 51. So here's how we're gonna make the lemon peels, the lemon twists. I use these Xylus knives. I really like these. They're pretty cool. They come with their own little covers. And I don't exactly know how these work, but they say that they're self-sharpening. I don't really know how it does that, but they do stay very sharp, I have to admit. Maybe there's some kind of contraption in here? I don't know. Anyway. With lemons, with citrus in general, it's good to use a serrated knife. Take your lemon, and then first cut off both ends, like so, so that you've got like a nice bit of the rind showing very clearly right around the center there. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take either an ice pick if you have one, or the edge of this corkscrew. And what you're gonna do is, you're gonna just go like sort of halfway between the pulp and the outer skin, right sort of in the middle of the pith, and just kind of run it around there and kind of score it, just to kind of get something going there. Because what we're gonna do, obviously, is we're gonna break the rind away from the rest of the fruit. And I'm gonna do that on both sides. To be honest, even as I start this is not as easy as it looked on the video, the YouTube video that I watched. But, you know, hey, we're making cocktails. It's all worth it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our bar spoon and run it right along that path that I made. Now, this is going to get a little tricky here, and you're going to have juice flying in a lot of places. But you're basically just going to go around that edge and get rid of the fruit. So I'm going to try to do it here on both sides, too. I didn't really get a good score on the other side. So this time I'm going to try my knife in here, because I think it'll get like a knife. Yeah, that's working a lot better than the corkscrew. Just got to be careful because, you know, obviously if you're working with sharp knives, you don't want to cut yourself, as I have done here on the program before. But you want to get in here and just get that fruit out of oh, see, now I'm starting to feel that I'm already to the middle there. And there we go. So now I've sort of cut that away from the middle. And now I'm just going to take my knife and just cut on one side like this. And so, as you can see, voila, the peel comes off. The skin comes off all by itself like this here. And the rest of the fruit is here, which, you know, you can use it for juice or whatever you need it for. So it's good maybe to have a glass or something sitting nearby so you could just put the fruit in it and use it for later for something else. So now we're going to take the skin, the rind, and we're going to roll it up really tightly, like this, like so. You know, like you're rolling a joint. Not that I smoke joints. And then you've got this tight roll like this, and I'm gonna, you know, cut through. And, you know, it's like you're making cinnamon rolls, basically. If you're planning a party or something like that, this is actually pretty easy to do. I've got like 4 or 5, 6, about 6 or 7 of them I made. So, isn't that awesome? So awesome! I made all these twists! I'm gonna set these aside for now.
save them for a little bit later once I finish making our actual cocktail, which again is called a gin fizz.
Now, a little bit about a gin fizz. In last week's episode, I showed you all a book called 3 Ingredient Cocktails, which I really, really like. A gin fizz and a Tom Collins are basically the same drink, a similar drink. A Tom Collins is served in a tall glass with ice, and a gin fizz is served in a short glass without ice. I decided not to make a Tom Collins because you need Old Tom gin for that, which is a slightly different kind of gin than what I actually was able to purchase. Old Tom gin is a slightly sweeter gin than your sort of regular London dry gin. I've had Tom gin before, which I really like, but since it's a little sweeter and we're going to be using simple syrup in a gin fizz, I kind of feel like I don't need it so super sweet anyway, so we're just going to try regular gin with this. Now, a gin fizz is essentially a spiked fizzy lemonade. This is a really great summer cocktail to have. A gin fizz uses
2 ounces of gin. I'm using Gilbey's gin,
which, to be perfectly frank, is very cheap. But it's also a lighter proof. It's only an 80 proof gin, and since I'm doing a little day drinking, as you can see, I didn't want my drink to be too strong this afternoon anyway, so I'm going to use the Gilbey's. And you know, I'm kind of mixed when it comes to whether or not you need to really buy expensive gins or spirits in general. Frankly, if you're mixing it with a bunch of other things like sugar and lemon juice, what does it really matter if you don't have like a top shelf gin? Top shelf gins are something when you really want to taste the gin itself, and that's the main punch of your drink. But this is something to drink while you're sitting out by the pool, or you know, or sitting under an awning or something.
So it's going to use 2 ounces of gin, 1 ounce of simple syrup,
which is just sugar and water, basically 1 to 1. I basically took my jigger and I poured 1.5 ounces of sugar in here, and then 1.5 ounces of water, popped it in the microwave for about 15 seconds, stirred it, another 15 seconds, stirred it, and then I put it in the refrigerator. So now it's nice and cold, and it's going to add the sweetener to our drink. And we're also going to use 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice.
And we're going to use soda water
to top it off. And you just use about an ounce of soda water at the end. That's what's in a gin fizz. But what we're going to make is a silver gin fizz. We're going to add an egg white. If you add an egg white to the shaker, you have a silver gin fizz. If you add an egg yolk, it's a golden fizz. That sounds kind of gross to me. I can take the egg white, but the egg yolk, I don't know. I don't know about that. Here we go.
My shaker, which, as you can see, my husband Sean
bought this shaker when he was out of town a couple months ago, and has a skull on the front. Why did you buy this, Sean? Was this for Day of the Dead, maybe? Or no? I think it was just a cheap purchase. Yeah.
So here we are with my skull. We're going to add
2 ounces of gin.
1, 2.
3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. 1 ounce of simple syrup. And 1 egg white, which is about 1.5 ounces. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to dry shake this, which I'm going to just shake it for a little bit without ice. Now, what can happen when you do a dry shake, the egg white gets very frothy. So it's good if you maybe take a paper towel or a towel or something like that just to have around the edge while you shake it, because sometimes it starts to explode. So I'm going to do this for about 15 seconds. Okay, I only got to about 11 seconds and the top started to explode. Oh yeah, and it's like super frothy in there. Now I'm gonna add a few ice cubes. And like I always say, use a crap ton of ice. And now I'm gonna shake this for about another 10 to 15 seconds, however long it'll let me. Okay, that was about 15 seconds. Now, we are straining this into a glass. I have a pre-chilled rocks glass. It's so chilly. And I'm gonna strain it in here. Now we're drinking this without ice.
So here I'm gonna strain this in. Coming out really nice. It's got like a nice little froth on the top. So far with this drink, the only thing that we have not added is the club soda.
Careful with your club soda. Yeah.
And it says about 1 ounce.
Which, you know, I guess you can do to taste. So let's try an ounce of club soda here.
So here, let's try this.
Here we go. This is so good. Gin Fizz mustache. You know what it tastes like? It's very much like, remember a creamsicle? Those orange and vanilla things? That's kind of what this tastes like, but a lemon version. So it's kind of like a lemonade, a sweetened lemonade, and the egg white, it's like there's cream on the top of this layer of lemon. That's why I'm saying it's sort of similar to like a dreamsicle of some kind. Ooh, this is good. Oh. So it's like a sweet, creamy lemonade. Probably I'll finish this in like, I don't know, 2 minutes. So I forgot to use my twist. So, so when you've got these twists, right, you can take it and you're gonna do it really tight like this, and you're gonna keep it in this nice tight formation. Yeah? And then here, whenever you express yourself and express your lemon twist, what you're gonna do is you're just gonna go like this, and you're just gonna take the ends and pull. Ooh. That didn't quite work. And you're gonna pull it. And I don't know if you... Okay, this isn't really working. Now I'm seeing why maybe you have to make these a little bit thicker, because when I pull them, they break. So I'm gonna do it, wrap it tightly, right? Wrap it tightly, wrap it tightly, wrap it tightly. And then maybe we can see if the oils express themselves whenever I pull it. Let's see what... Pull it. See, it broke again. All right, well, maybe my twist experiment was a failure. It's feeling a little bit like a failure. I don't know if it's the lemons themselves or if it's the way I did it. Maybe they should be a little bit thicker. I don't know. The oil is coming out though whenever I pull it, so that's nice. But I don't know. Now my lemon twist just like fell in there with no intention on my part. Did it go in there? It just fell in. It fell out of my hands. This is going to be a work in progress. I'll try to perfect it a little bit more as the series progresses. Hope you don't mind my looking like a complete idiot. But hey, this is a great drink, and I hope you enjoy the Gin Fizz. Gin Fizz!